Are you looking for the best organic manure for all your agricultural needs? Then look no further because ACAP has got you covered. Our pure organic compost, made from organic and green waste only, has been carefully treated to boost the soil, retain nutrients, moisture, oxygen so you get a great yield.
Aqua compost no organic fertilizer. O apply Emma Kuma and a cabbage. Emma Neman to me check.
If I do tete, Aqua compost fertilizer na use our house. So me na me binary land vegetable growers and marketing vice president.
ACAP compost, truly natural.
You know, as for this school, I can say the history of this particular school, JoyNews shares a lot of the history of this particular school because the first expose that you did on this school, the first time I told you, that was the reason why I was brought here.
S-A-S-A, D-O-B-O, D-O-B-O, H-O-H-O, H-O-H-O, I-T-At, I-T-Eat, N-O-No, N-O-No, O-H-O-H, O-H-O, S-O-So, S-O-So, U-P-Up.
You said O-H is what?
Oh.
No H. O-H is what? O. No H. O-H is O, no H. Continue. And then you said I-T. I-T is what? I-T is what?
Eat.
Oh, yeah, board knows where you know.
O-H-O, O-H-O, S-O-So, S-O-So, U-W-E.
About a year ago, we were here in the Tuya community in the Mion district of the Northern region to do a story, a documentary we titled Education in Tuya. We reported of how pupils were teaching pupils and how untrained two SHS leavers were holding the fort of education in this community. The structure by my side and the one behind me caters for pupils from the communities of Tuya itself, Jarishie, Parishie, and Chingorinaya. We are here to tell you the updates. But before we do that, let's just take a quick look at what we reported about a year ago concerning this community and education. This is unbelievable yet true. This class 1 pupil is in school with her little sibling. How do you handle this?
Okay, we're facing a lot of problem about that, but because of their mothers, they don't have any child at home to take care of the child again, so we can't chase them out not to bring those young children here. So, but the way he kept taking care of him, the child disturbing the student to learn, but we cannot stop it because of what. There are no more children at home to taking care of it.
Hi. His.
Idris is a class 3 What class pupil is this? What teaching is this his own class. Surprised? Today's
P3.
lesson is
And
pronunciation.
are you also in P3 and you are teaching P3 or you are in P6? Yeah. Okay. Which class are you in?
I am P3.
How long have you been teaching? Interesting. How are you all? P3. How are you all? Interesting. How old are
I
you?
am 10 years old.
You're 10 years old. So how long have you been teaching this class?
I am teaching in 3-letter words and 2-letter words.
He goes on to teach the class. Due to their inability to understand the English language mostly, the teacher is compelled to teach in both English and the local dialect.
Because this local dialect is appear. Sometimes when you put an examples for them to understand it very well, but if you go through the English and they will not understand, they can't capture everything. That is why I'm putting our local dialect for them.
Do you have a timetable I can look at, the study
We don't
time?
have timetable because this school is what? It's like a private school. So we are just managing it to get help from somewhere. That's why we don't have a timetable here.
We teach them for about 2 years now because it's just started. The school just started about 2 years now.
2 years now. And so for the past 2 years, they've been sitting on this log and under this tree.
Because we are now sitting under, the students sitting under the tree, some people, some students, they don't feel to come in because of the weather. Because they know that if they come to stand under or to sitting under the trees, they won't feel comfortable.
We've achieved some results. The broader picture is to get them a school structure, a school building, a 6-unit school block. But for now, the Ghana Education Service has posted 4 trained teachers into this community, to this school. Now, we have been here since 8 a.m. It is 9 a.m. and the 4 teachers who have been posted here are not in yet. I am told they live in Tamale. Now, is it an issue of distance, living in Tamale and teaching in Tuya? Or it is an issue of not having too much, not being too comfortable with the environment or the conditions under which they are teaching? We will find out. We'll find out from the Education Directorate. We'll find out from the teachers themselves. So kindly stay tuned into this episode or this edition of My Community. I am Seiram Abla D'Souza.
Nineteen, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35,
land are for arboreal animals. Grouping animals. Thirty-eight, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48.
Generally,
Yes.
how is education in the Mion district?
How is
Education,
generally?
Yeah.
Well, generally, education is now going on well because previously we were lacking teachers. But as for now, we are making a headway because we are getting teachers from headquarters, those who completed, they have been posting them, especially the rationalization exercise that went on. It sent us a lot of teachers. So now I believe education is moving on well now because we now have at least schools that didn't even have a single teacher, they now have teachers. And accommodation to, sitting places to, we are now improving on their sitting places.
Like the teachers' common rooms and all that?
Like, teachers' common, I'm talking of in terms of sitting places for the pupils.
Oh, okay.
Most of them were sitting on the floor, but now we are getting a lot of furniture. You can see furniture being assembled outside. It's part of the things I'm talking about.
Okay. So how is the pupil to teacher ratio?
Pupil to teacher ratio, currently KG we have about 91.86, and then primary we have 57.1, then JHS we have 15.1.
Okay. When teachers are posted here, how is their accommodation fixed?
That is the hectic thing that I'm facing here. When teachers are posted here, they are willing to go to wherever we are sending them. But you send them, they will come back and say they have no place to sleep. They have no, they just need accommodation. Accommodation problem. Other than that, all schools would have been filled with at least a minimum number of teachers. But the accommodation is making them resisting certain places. So we are all the time crying to the government, to assembly, through assembly, to see how they can get us this teacher accommodation so that the teachers. Yesterday like this, I was just here with another teacher. I sent him somewhere. He came complaining bitterly. He went and there was no accommodation and they were going to pair him with a native. So he was here weeping here and there. And I said, you just exercise patience, things will work. So I just called the assemblyman of that area and talked to him, and he said they will try and see what they can do so that when the teacher comes, he will get somewhere to stay. So the teacher accommodation is making posting difficult for us.
For a couple of months now, I have been back and forth in the community of Tuya.
Tuya.
Yes.
Yes.
Initially, they had just 2 volunteer teachers. And I hear you've posted 4 people there.
Yes, yes, I posted 4 teachers there. You know, first they were not having teachers because we were not aware of them. We knew the school to be a wing school to Jimle. And we knew it to be only KG1 and KG2, which these 2 volunteers were handling. And when I came out, I was a new person to this place. So when I came and I was passing and seeing the school, Tuya, and then I came, looked at my records, no Tuya. So I asked, and they said, well, they also didn't know about it. But when we went in further, we realized that it was a wing school to Jimle, that all the children were going to Jimle, and the community complained that the small ones couldn't walk. So they, they needed a classroom to assist the small ones so that when they are of age, they go to Jimle. But I learned all of a sudden when this thing was done, when they were given that structure and given 2 volunteers to handle the class, as time went on, they just decided to withdraw all their children from Jimle to start a school. And they came out with Zanamas to start the school without our knowledge. So when through my investigation, I saw that they had a point. So I went and met the community, because when I was also coming from Jimle to the place, walking on the road to the place is not good to their health. So when I also saw this, I went and met the community people, and we deliberated a lot. And I said we will help them, but they have to help themselves, because currently the structure in which the children are is not good. And they rather brought out the KG ones under the tree, and then the P6 were rather inside the structure. So I said they should rather put the KG children inside the structure.
Yeah, I noticed that change.
And then let the grown-ups be in the Zanamas so that we get them a teacher. So fortunately, when I came, a teacher was released to me. I quickly sent him to that place. So he was still working, teaching, and getting things under Yendi and the Jimle. But that one was just for the KG. We couldn't have started giving them materials for the other classes apart from the KG. So we did all that we could. We made them to write the necessary letters. Then this is my planner. We send them to the place to do feasibility studies. And then after that, he wrote his report. And then I wrote recommendation and added to it and sent to regional. And lo and behold, I was just talking to the planner that we should move out, because this year the GES absorbed 3 schools. So we want to move to the communities. So Tuya is now standing on its own, and public schools, it has now been absorbed. And so I was able to send them that number of teachers. And when we get the classrooms and the teachers are in, we'll get them the full set of teachers. And then now we'll start giving them materials, we'll start giving them part of their capitation and whatnot as they have now been absorbed.
Okay. What would then happen to the volunteer teachers who have held the fort?
That is the problem, because any time I went there, I will always advise them to try and then undergo the educational programs, because right now employment is a problem now. And even when we get the chance to employ, if you have not done the educational program, we cannot take you. So anytime I went there, I advised them they should try and undertake the course. They have suffered a lot, and so we want to help them, but they also have to help themselves. So right now, those who have done the UTTB programs, there are many. There are files. We have about 5 files full of application letters. And so when it comes like that, when they leave the band and we are giving the quota, we have to employ those with the certificates. And they are there without trying to do something to help themselves. So I've been advising them to do something so that we help them because they have suffered a lot.
So I noticed they are putting together some furniture outside.
Yes.
If somebody should build a school, say school blocks for the people of Tuya, will the district furnish it?
Definitely. Our problem, the district, we cannot build schools. But if we get classrooms, as for the furniture, the funding that we are getting allows us to get furniture for schools. So if we should get a building there, definitely we will furnish the school.
Okay.
Yeah. I will want to just use this opportunity to appeal to government, assembly, benevolent societies to help this district. The district is a baby district, and we are crawling. We also want to work like our other districts that are not deprived. The district is very deprived, so we need assistance, especially the accommodation, teacher accommodation. If we could get teacher accommodation at vantage places, at least we will get a number of teachers, and it will actually improve our education. And I know we are on course, because last year, BEC, the results was very bad, even though we have not yet gotten the list yet. But what we are hearing, there is an improvement in terms of the education, and it's just because of this teacher pupil-teacher ratio that has been increased, and the monitoring that we have intensified. This district, they used to say the teachers only come and sit under trees. Now you won't see a teacher sitting under a tree. So we are intensifying monitoring, and we are getting results. So we are appealing to whoever will come to our aid, so that the district will also stand on its feet.
Let me take you back to education. The 4 teachers at Tuya, where do they live?
They live in Tamale and commute to the place. You see, because the other time, the first teacher that I brought, I sent him there and I asked the community people to try to get him a place. But I see that he's commuting from Tamale to the place. So I've been talking to them, and I say, okay, I know there's no accommodation, but when you are commuting, make sure you are in school at the right time. If you are committed, it means you have to get up early in the morning, prepare, and then get there. So maybe if we are lucky to get well, since that time I met the community and talked to them about the accommodation, I've not gone there yet. I was just saying that when I sent this letter, I said I wanted to go with good news. I wanted to go with good news, so that I will then encourage them to also get accommodation for the teachers, so that they will stay there and work well for them. We used to have 10 GSS, now we have 11, and that 11th school too has been absorbed. So we are just improving, and we used to have 67. So we used to, when I took over, we used to have 64 schools. Now we have 67 schools, and other schools are springing up.
Then they all have structures, or they all have the...
They don't have structures. When they say they need, because the walking distance, when they come and they say they need a school, I look at the feeding communities to see whether they can have a school they can have a school. So and I also encourage them, if you want to have a school, we don't have infrastructure to give you. So if you can come out with infrastructure, we will help you. We will give you teachers, we will give you materials, and we will absorb you. And most of the communities are eager to do that, but some still want to wait until we give them infrastructure. So we are still encouraging them, sensitizing them, the need for them to know that the school is their own school, and they need to help, because if something is yours, you have to lift it up for people to help you. And some are buying the idea, and it is helping us.
Madam, thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Our fellowship.
So number one bow, one by the bow. Number flowers the bala.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good morning. Whoa.
Mupuria.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. You guys are good morning. Sayaka.
How are you? Nice. Okay. Madam. How the last time I came here you were not here. How long have you been here?
I've been here since last time.
Okay, you were posted here since
yes.
last time.
I'm teaching this class. That's KG 1 and 2.
KG 1 and 2.
Yes.
Oh, okay. How has been their performance so far?
Oh, currently their performance are improving. So that's what I can say.
Okay.
You know, it's not easy, but we have to be doing small. Yeah.
I realize, where do you live?
Tamale. I live in Tamale.
And you come here every day?
Yes, I come every day by a car. And it's very difficult. Sometimes you will be at the station and you will not get car to come easily. So sometimes that's how we...
Okay. We hope that the community will be, or the assembly will be able to provide you with accommodation soon.
And classrooms. Because this structure, when it is rain, the children have to go home.
Don't worry. We'll get there. Okay. Please, your full name?
Mohammed Rafiatu.
Mohammed Rafiatu.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's mention examples. Let's give examples. Yes. Shenat. Okay, that's a very good example. Class, we clap hands for him. Yes. Any other example? Yes. Mango is a fleshy fruit. You can eat it. Yes, Sharifa, can you also give us one? Can you give us pawpaw? Okay, that's another very good example. Yeah, pawpaw. How about you, Sule? Orange. Okay, oranges. We take oranges and they're also what? Fleshy fruits. Okay. When I came, honestly, it was not pleasing, but I considered the children and then I agreed to stay and teach. A whole lot of things would demotivate a teacher about, staying here to teach. So when I came, as the lead teacher, because this particular school is under Jimley, so the head is over there at Jimley. So I'm a kind of lead teacher here. I am the leader of the teachers. So I kept knocking at the doors of the Ghana Education Office there. Then the following year, we're given Madam over there. So we're now 2. And then the other year, last year, we're given another Madam. So we're now 3. And this time around, we are 4. The 4th one has just hit, and he's the one over in the other class. So now we are 4. And we are just hoping that this particular school will be built one day, and then more teachers will be brought, and other facilities that make teaching and learning conducive will be provided. In fact, that's our prayer for this particular school.
So in fact, you are just managing the condition. In fact, what can we do? So it's okay for us. Just manage. But we are hoping that maybe very future things will be better for us here.
Where do you live?
Tamale.
What do you call that? Is it a pop-up course or something? What can people in our husband do to qualify?
We are talking about qualifying. Good afternoon, sir.
We didn't even see them.
Are you looking for the best organic manure for all your agricultural needs? Then look no further because ACAP has got you covered. Our pure organic compost, made from organic and green waste only, has been carefully treated to boost the soil, retain nutrients, moisture, oxygen so you get a great yield.
Aqua compost no organic fertilizer. O apply emma kuma ana cabbage. Emma neman tumi nyini che.
E fra me do tete aka compost fertilizer na use ewa hase. So me na me Binary Land Vegetable Grow as a marketing vice president.
ACAP compost, truly natural.